you ever heard the tale of the wolf? I bet you think you have, but you haven't. No, not the Three Little Pigs. The tale of the wolf. Well, if you haven't, it'll be a shock when you hear it. The wolf's name was James. His parents didn't have names, but they were ordinary parents. One mom, who mostly did all of the cooking and supplied the food, and then a dad, who normally just helped out with the mom and the child. One night, they called James down for dinner, and he came down straight away. James' dad spoke to him about having to move, but his mom didn't want him anymore. So when his dad left, the mom knew it was her chance to get rid of him. Did whatever a normal abusive mother would do. Hit him, scold him, push him around. She used to make him do the chores, like clean the TV, while she was just sat there doing nothing. Also, cleaning the toilets and cooking the tea. If he was lucky, he would beg to his mom that he could have a minute break. His mom always used to say no and push him. The dog used to go away, as dogs don't like that stuff. One night, when James was cooking his tea, his father came home. James was really happy to see him. This time, he was different. He didn't look anything like his old father. He was, well, awkward. He's changed a lot. He was shorter and different. He also used to hit him, but this time he had a name. His name was James. When James got older, he realized something. His mom's been pushing him around for most of his life now, and he didn't think that was how life was supposed to go. While they would relax on the couch, he carried on doing the chores until he was 18 years old and was forced to move. Getting the news of moving houses was, well, not disappointing, not awful, kind of exciting. The first thing he wanted to do when he left was get a surgery to make him look like all the bodybuilders in all the magazines. So he went to that exact place and waited for service. Finally, someone came to serve him. He said what he wanted. The person said, "But you already look like a model. Why do you want to change?" He said he wants to look stronger and even better. He showed him the picture and they got started. When he finished the surgery, he wanted to change his name to the Wolf in the Dark Nights. The person had to do what he asked and put it on his certificate and took some photos. But the wolf in the Dark Night never showed his face or even his whole body in the photos. He wanted to be mysterious. The person who did his makeover got scared and sort of trashed his certificate. Unlucky for him, the wolf was still there and whispered, "I thought you said you changed my name and my identity. I don't want to keep it the same," and killed him. The only problem was there was someone else there. Another one of the bodybuilders made by that company. He asked if they could work together, as he always wanted to be the dog in the Dark Nights too. They made a team, but the wolf always said, "If I say leave me alone, don't come crawling to me." The dog in the Dark Nights followed him. There was something that looked like the wolf's dad in the distance. The wolf was happy to see him, ran up to him, and surprisingly killed him dead. Never wanted to experience anything in his childhood ever again. The same thing happened with the dog in Dark Nights. He saw his mom, but a different story to the wolf's. His mom was too nice, too protective, and didn't let him have a good childhood. That, they made an amazing team. Now, he waited in his mom's room, the wolf's old house. His mom still lived there because she came down to get coffee. When she saw the two men, she backed up and said, "What are you doing here?" The wolf looked at the dog in Dark Nights and said, "Does she know you?" The mom then listed, "I thought you were gone." The dog looked at the wolf and said, "I'm sorry," and the wolf killed him. What did I say about following me? He then approached his mother and said to her, "Why did you abuse me as a child? Why did you make that decision? Now it may backfire on you." She forgot what she did at the first moment and then remembered. She looked back at him and said, "James," waiting for a reply. James looked away. "I'm not James anymore. I'm the wolf." And he disappeared. Now this was the tale of the wolf. There's no need to be scared. There's a way you can keep safe. He comes into someone's house every single night, counting the bones of the people who died. When he's counting his bones, if you acknowledge him before sunrise, you will be safe. But if he's counting his bones and no one wakes up, I think you know what's gonna happen next. People also know him as the boy in the whistle. Here's what he does, and here's why he's called that. He goes silent whenever he's near you. So you're safe if you don't hear his whistle. If you hear his whistle, but it's far away, know that he's close. He sometimes has a backup member where he'll be stood behind you, and one of his backup friends will be doing the whistling far away. It's the same tune over and over again.